Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, kind of alone here, and as you can tell, yes, we are going to be talking about the whole Ethan versus Keemstar situation. Now, I'm gonna be straight here. I did not watch the video, but I watched the video. One because, oh wow, so Ethan is now making a video on Keemstar. Keemstar. I mean, I could just go to the content cop for it if I want to, and frankly, from what I Frankly, I've seen like Pegasus's video on it where he does the 16 seconds that he brings up, and frankly, I also saw that, and frankly, Plus, I actually did go to look for the Death of H3H3, which actually has been re-uploaded. But by the way, I actually watched it. I'm actually an hour into the video, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Ethan should try to pull the moral grandstand here. Like, instant here. Is here trying to look like he's the better person than Keemstar? Because if anything, he's just a scumbag. I mean, I'm not saying no. I don't mean like legitimately a scumbag, but I think he's a jerk, jerk, and a guy who steals jokes. You wanna know where the Vape Nation meme came from? It actually from Sir Francis the Fifth. Ethan actually stole it. It's actually in the Death of H3H3 video. You should look it up. I'm just gonna say that here. But as you can tell, here's that Lord losing sponsors. Now, I decided to look this up. I decided to go, okay, so let me just go look up at GFuel. I tried to find Keem's starter set, but when I looked, I couldn't find it. And then I thought, okay. So let me go look for his shaker. It's not here. And then let's look for his photo. He is not here. So, remember when I stated beforehand that going after a man's sponsors, especially in these troubling times, is like a really fucked up and stupid and disgusting move? Well, keep note, Ethan actually did that in his video. So, hopefully we can right here. Hopefully we can hear this out from Tipster's video. And then we'll be going over to here. I will talk about the whole Pokemon thing. Don't worry, I will. But let me just lower this and let's go.
For you guys right now to show just where Ethan called out the sponsor. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Keemstar's got a bottle of GFuel somewhere in his house that's actually a Horcrux. How is GFuel still sponsor this guy, by the way? GFuel brought to you by false pedophilia accusations. God, chug it, GFuel.
Get it now at gfuel.com.
Go fuck you. And I also, if I recall correctly, the interview brought to you by the SWAT murder was also sponsored by GFuel. Use code Keem for 10% off of your life expectancy.
So first,
Okay, now I just want to state if you know, if you ever watched where Keem was actually sponsoring his cotton candy Keem for the first time, his own G Fuel, you hear an actually really kind-hearted, beautiful story on how when Keem was in these controversies, that G Fuel actually still had faith and still was trusting of him. Like they 100% fully believed he did it. They had faith in him. They trusted him. They were like, "Yo, Keem, we trust you. Should we believe you, man?" Like they were loyal to Keem, and that really did show. Holy shit, this is a really trustworthy company. The same way that Ridgewald is still sticking with Gundam, even when Pokemon was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy does this to me and me like that shit." It really is fucking beautiful, and I really have to have respect for that. But because we all know that G Fuel got huge, and if I'm not joking when I say this, huge promotion from Keem, Keem. To which, if I remember, I think I heard this from Optimus, to where point where Code Keem was a meme. So ultimately, when you try to look up anything that Keemstar had related to G Fuel, it's now gone. So one, now that's a collector's item. Congratulations, guys! You now have the collector's items of G Fuel based products from Keemstar himself. So if you have any of that, keep it safe. You might be able to sell for a shit ton of money. But all jokes aside, Ethan literally just went after Keem's sponsors. To which, let me keep this a note. That's a dirty tactic to go after a man's source of and sponsor. Rather than criticizing him for the shit they've done, we're now going after their sponsors. To which is fucking disgusting, in my opinion. I really do find that fucking disgusting. And I even decided to go look at Keem's Twitter. And I bet some people are like, oh, Connor, how could you be defending Keemstar? Now, I want to state this here that I also didn't like Keemstar. I didn't trust him. I didn't like the dude. Heck, you want to know, if you want to know the main reason why, if you look in my whole subscription list, you can see who I'm subscribed to. If you want to know the main reason why I'm sub to Keemstar, well, one of the main reasons was, well, frankly, I like to have more than one drama news source, and Scarce and Keem were like two of the biggest, so I went with both. 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 And the second thing, if I'm being honest, if you want to know, is because of the FaZe Bank situation. Now, to those who don't know, around the time, I think it was like in 2016 or 17, Banks was being one of Team 10's members was saying false allegations against Banks, claiming that that he assaulted one of the Team 10 members, and Keemstar was saying no, Banks would not have done this. That's a lie. This seems wrong. I don't believe it. And if anything, the moment I subscribed to him was when he said this. If Banks turns out to be guilty, I will delete my channel. Now, to most people that like, oh Connor, how can you take that so seriously? Because, in my own personal opinion, in this was Banks and Keem are friends, and Keem had so much faith and trust and belief that Banks was innocent that he was willing to put his own source of revenue, his own income on the line for Banks. Banks. He was so steadfast in his beliefs and his faith that Banks is not the criminal. Banks was not. Banks did not do this. He was willing to put his whole channel on the line, and his channel had over 1 million in subs. Ups. The fact that he was able to have the cojones to put his channel up as an actual gamble just showed me that although this man has done a lot of shit in the past, he's loyal to those who have his back. Rather, to those he is friends with. So, if not anything, heck, if I were to go even further more back, kid behind the camera, the I think he's the son of Angry Grandpa. It might be the son or grandson. I'm maybe I'm but
to tell you guys. So I just want to.
but I really do want to just play this because I feel like people need to hear this. Because frankly, I remember actually seeing this post that there was someone who stated that, yeah, to you he seems like a great man, but to others he's like a jerk, a monster. And I think that's where Keemstar is portrayed, personally. To others, he's a good man, a good person, a good, kind-hearted dude. To others, he's a scumbag, a jerk, a snake, an asshole. That's the duality here. Now, personally, I'm kind of within the neutral camp. While I do believe and accept the criticism that Keemstar does get at multiple times, I ultimately believe that Keemstar is a good person. And also, let me just not add into the fact that Ethan used Etika for I believe like it was over 15 minutes. This is from what I'm hearing from other people, by the way. In his argument against Keem. Keem, and although he doesn't say it 100% like blatantly, he skids around to the point where he is so close to saying it, yet he doesn't. Listen, that Keem is responsible for Etika's death. And funny enough, if I were to go, we're gonna go to that video soon, but we need to go here first. Oh gosh, it's not okay. Come on. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just watch this.
Video just right now. Many people defending him, so I want to put out a video just talking about the person that Keemstar has been in my life because he is a really good friend to me and he's been there for me in more ways than I can begin to tell you guys. So I just want to take a second to not talk about all the good stuff that he's done because he has done a lot of good stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. They don't know about the good stuff Keemstar's done because one, he doesn't talk about it, and two, maybe he doesn't want to ruin the illusion of people thinking that he's an asshole because that's part of his character and the gimmick of Drama Alert, and not many people know how good of a person he actually is. I just want to tell a quick story. Not everything that he's done for me because he's done a lot, but I want to tell a quick story. When my father passed away, Keemstar called me. He was one of the first people to call me, and he told me that he was sorry that my father passed away, and he was a legend, and if there was anything he could do, let him know. And of course, you're like, oh, of course, I'm fine. Thanks for calling. And I told him that I wasn't going to go to my own father's funeral. I wasn't going to go because I wasn't mentally prepared for that. And Keem kept telling me, Michael, you can't miss your father's funeral. You have to go to it. You're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And this is the kind of guy Keemstar is. To keep me from missing my own father's funeral, he came to it. He wasn't going to come to the funeral. He's a busy man. He does a lot. But he took the first flight out the next morning to Charleston, and he came to the funeral just so I would go. So that's the kind of man that he is. I love Keemstar, and I'll defend him until the bitter cold end. whichever comes first.
Now I gotta admit, that does sound like the type of guy Keemstar is. I think now personally, I think Keemstar. Now I admit that's a pretty beautiful and kind-hearted story, and it shows that there's a lot more to Keem. Heck, if you were to go about the whole, that guy who Keem claimed to have the, accusations, Keem actually realized he fucked up and tried to cull it back, like saying, "No, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong about this." He actually did try to do that, the moment he realized he fucked up, but it was already too late. Sadly, I got this from Pegasus. Pegasus, by the way, he's the one who said this in his video. So yeah, we can go there. And also, to anyone who's about to say, "Oh, he said the N word," I don't think you guys know my philosophy on this, but eh, I mean, I'm kind of numb to people using the N word. I mean, if anything, when people use that as a hypocritical state, use that as a statement against another person when they've said the N word in the past, it makes them the hypocrite, which is why I have the problem with it. I have a problem with it because, frankly, you shouldn't have any right to criticize them for saying the N word when you yourself have said the N word. Now there have been people who did state the doxing, and I honestly can't defend that. That's kind of shitty, Keem. I'm being honest there. That's shitty. That's very shitty. Shitty, but maybe he felt bad about it later on. I would always see my hookups, and when I hookups, and I constantly want to bash my head against the wall. Like if I actually did that, I would just be bashing my head against the wall, saying, like, "Fuck, I can't believe I fucking did that. That's a fucking huge fuck up." And I'm sure people would say, "Well, King contributed at least to edit his, passing." And I want to say this: Keem and Etika were and they friends argue by that definition. But I'm all going to be saying this: if Keem could, I bet that if Keem could go back in time, I honestly bet that if he could go back in time, he would try and do anything to stop Etika from what he was going to do, from when the path he was about to end. I'm sure for a fact that he would do anything. He would literally give anything, and try anything to just stop Etika from going down that path. I honestly believe that he would literally do anything for that to happen. That's my honest opinion, though. And overall, in all honesty, Keem was retweeted even Optimus's tweet on this. I don't care. It was done in the past, which has all been overcovered. So it's true. It's all been overcovered to death. And he's actually has 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 brought up these up in debated podcasts, which if you watch, you can actually see where he was coming from, so you can understand a bit. Going after someone's sponsors and blaming them for Etika's passing is just fucking disgusting. It downplays Etika's personal issues and literally puts his body on someone's name. Now, Keemstar did say this. Fuck Ethan Klein, I will be responding. Part 1, Etika. Part 2, response. Now, I'm gonna be straight here. Keem, if you're watching this, I want you to listen. Do not monetize Part 1. Don't make any money off of it. Just be 100% straight, 100% legit. Shit. If you don't monetize it, you trust me, you're gonna look 20 times better. And if you're 100% serious, you're not the same Keemstar we usually see in videos. If you're just you, 100%, the 100% Daniel Keem. I can't believe your name is Daniel. Seriously, that's so shocking to me. If you're 100% the you, and you're straight, Ethan's gonna look like the asshole here. I'm being honest here. I'm giving advice now. And part 2 response, just remember, the death of H3H3 is still up. You can use that as a reference guide as a literal weapon. Because Ethan, in all honesty, has no real legitimate rights to try to make you want to say that you're a bad guy when he is just as much a bad guy. I'm just being honest here. In my honest opinion. But heck, even Alice's even oh shoot. Whoa. We are way off. Alright. No wait, here we go. There we go.
Etika's ex-girlfriend, known as Alice, tweeted out saying, "Really sad to see people blaming Keemstar again. He was in no way responsible for Etika's actions." Let's think about it some more. One of Etika's goals was to be on Drama Alert because he respected that man. They were friendly behind the scenes. Desmond was actually unwell and sick. I know he helped attract a lot of negative attention. It's just really hard to explain to Desmond's fans that our boy was literally mentally unwell. That the reason for it goes so much deeper than cyberbullying, it's really hard to do because he's not there to defend himself. So in short, I understand why Keem's past makes it really hard for others to change that opinion. So don't go thinking that I'm trying to make a divide between those who like and unlike him. This is just my take on the situation. This is the most difficult conversation to have. Please don't think I'm trying to absolve Keem of the wild shit he has said. Now, the YouTube...
Now, I honestly don't know if those tweets are still up or they've been deleted. I don't know. Remember, I'm an idiot when it comes to Twitter. Although Boogie298 did respond to it, but then again, from what I saw the Gordon's video on this whole situation between him and Boogie, and it doesn't paint him in the most positive light. I don't hate Boogie, but I really just hope that Keem is rational here. But let me just be straight here. One, the fact that Ethan got Keem to lose his sponsor to a group of people that he was insanely close to a company he was insanely close to, a company that he boosted extremely to madness levels, is actually somewhat scary. But here's the thing: if that was the case, then I'm sure Keem would have actually removed. You know how his actual Twitter profile pic has the whole GFuel logo on it, somewhere on the top of his cap. Like one half says fuel. If that was the case, then I'm sure that they would have possibly moved the logo by now. Like he would have actually, if there was an actual split, they would have actually thrown it out. Like he would have just been like, okay, I'm done with them. I'm gonna switch with a different new cap, a new black cat that says Drama Alert or Keem. Like it would have just been like him breaking off from G Fuel. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. And even his replies, it doesn't seem like it's legit. Like he hasn't said anything about him breaking away from G Fuel or G Fuel just dropping him. And neither has G Fuel themselves, to my knowledge. So, my honest opinion, sorry, this is 20 minutes long, but I think that there might be just some changes going on. They might be getting into a new Keemstar shake or a new Keemstar based product, or maybe that they generally did drop Keem because of Ethan. To which, congratulations, Ethan Klein. You got Keemstar to lose a sponsor during a pandemic. You piece of shit. But then again, coming from a guy who literally he has a superiority complex, Lex, it wouldn't shock me that you would do something this cold-blooded and low tactic. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. Keynote, how can I put this? If anything, if you're watching this, please just take what I said at heart. Please don't monitor. I know you aren't going to do it because frankly, that'd be fucking disgusting. And you know it's fucking disgusting. But be straight here. Be your honest, true self, and people will see something. They will see something deeper than what has been shown before. Trust me, it will work. Without further ado, this is Conrad, signing off.